Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we are so excited to have you with us today. It means the world to know you're joining us on this journey. Now, let's dive into something that at one point or another, we all have to face in life: waiting. But not just any waiting. I'm talking about that waiting when it feels like absolutely nothing is happening. When you're doing everything right, but it feels like God's forgotten about you. Like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling and the breakthrough you've been praying for seems miles away. But here's something I want to remind you of today, something powerful and life-changing. God is working behind the scenes. You might not see it yet, but He's moving in ways you can't even imagine. And yes, the hardest part is waiting, but I'm here to tell you your waiting is never in vain. You just need to wait. Waiting is hard, isn't it? We live in a world that prizes speed, instant gratification, and immediate results. A world where we send a message and expect a reply within seconds, where we search for answers and hope to find them almost instantly. But what happens when the situation we're in calls for patience? What happens when it feels like God isn't answering our prayers in the way we hoped, or maybe not answering at all? It's easy to feel frustrated in these moments, even abandoned. We can't always see what's happening behind the scenes, and it can feel like the waiting will never end. But here's a truth I want you to hold on to. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean God isn't working. It's easy to feel like time is slipping away and that God's timing is too slow. We want answers, direction, and breakthroughs now. But sometimes the waiting is part of the process. God knows what's best, and He's working things out in ways we can't yet understand. In Isaiah 55, 8-9, the Bible reminds us of an important truth. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. You see, God has a plan for your life, a beautiful, intricate plan carefully crafted with purpose. But unlike us, He doesn't operate on our time. He operates on a perfect, divine schedule, and sometimes that means we have to wait. God's ways are far beyond our comprehension, and His timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't seem like it. He sees the full picture, the beginning, the middle, and the end, while we only see a small part of the story. And in the waiting, He's preparing us for something greater, something more beautiful than we could have imagined. So while you wait, know that God is never idle. Every moment of waiting is part of His divine plan. Every delay is an opportunity for growth, trust, and transformation. Trust that He is working behind the scenes, arranging the perfect timing for you, and when the moment is right, you'll see how all the pieces fall into place, in ways that only God could have orchestrated. Think about it this way. When you plant a seed, it doesn't just sprout overnight. There's a process. The seed is buried in the soil, hidden from view, as it begins its quiet work beneath the surface. It's unseen, but it's moving, it's growing. Slowly, it takes root, gathering strength from the earth around it. You can't see it, but trust me, it's working, it's preparing, and soon it will break through the surface, becoming something strong, beautiful, and fruitful. Just like that seed, you're in a season of growth, a season where things may seem still on the outside, but inside, God is working deep within you. You may not see it now, but the work is being done, and in time, you will bear fruit that reflects all the strength, wisdom, and faith you've gained along the way. God is the same. When you pray, when you pour out your heart, He hears you. But sometimes, the work He's doing in your life isn't immediately visible. You may not see the changes happening right now, and it may feel like you're waiting in vain. But know this: God is at work, even when you can't see it. He's moving in ways that are beyond your understanding. Behind the scenes, He's arranging situations, positioning people, and opening doors that will make sense when the time is right. And while you wait, know this: this time of waiting isn't wasted. It's a time of refinement. God is strengthening your faith, building your character, and preparing you for what He has in store. Just like a seed that must endure the pressure of the earth before it can bloom, you too are being shaped in this season. Waiting isn't a sign of abandonment, it's a sign of preparation. In this quiet, unseen time, there are lessons to be learned, wisdom to be gained, and trust to be built. God is never idle in our waiting. Even in the silence, He is at work, preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. The lessons you learn in this season, the growth, the patience, the trust, will carry you into the next chapter of your life. Just as the tree grows stronger through its roots, you too are growing deeper in your faith, your resilience, and your purpose. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." God is asking us to be strong in the waiting, not because it's easy, but because He knows that the strength we gain in this season will carry us through the next. Every moment of patience, every day spent waiting, is a step closer to the fulfillment of His promise for your life. And in that waiting, He's building resilience and trust that will serve you in ways you might not even realize yet. Sometimes waiting is about trusting the timing. It's like waiting for the bus at first. You wonder if it will ever arrive, you might question the schedule, or doubt if it's worth the wait. But in that moment, trust that the right time is approaching. You might be waiting for that job offer, for healing, for reconciliation, or for a breakthrough in your life. And right now, you can't see how it's all going to unfold. But here's the truth you can hold on to. God is never late. He is always right on time. Though it may feel like you're standing still, God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating the perfect moment for your breakthrough. His timing is always perfect, and while you wait, trust that He's preparing everything you need to move forward in His perfect plan. There's a story in the Bible that beautifully illustrates how God works behind the scenes. In the book of Esther, we meet a young woman who seems to be placed in an unexpected position of power. She becomes queen, but at first, her circumstances appear random, even ordinary. What she doesn't know is that God had been preparing the way for her all along. Every step, every encounter, every decision, though they seemed coincidental, were all orchestrated by God, preparing her for the crucial moment when she would save her people. God had placed Esther in the right time, in the right place, with the right people, even though she couldn't see it at the time. It wasn't until the moment of crisis came that she realized how everything had been leading her to this point. It was God's perfect timing, hidden behind what seemed like an ordinary life, guiding her to an extraordinary purpose. And just as He worked behind the scenes for Esther, He's working behind the scenes for you. Right now, you might not see the pieces falling into place. You might wonder how everything will come together. But know this: God has a plan, and He is working all things together for your good. The opportunities, the people, the experiences, they're all being perfectly timed, even when you don't understand how it all connects. Trust that God does. So in this season of waiting, keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, know that God is moving behind the scenes. He is preparing the path for you, and His timing will be worth every moment of waiting. Just like Esther, when the moment is right, everything will fall into place, and it will be more beautiful than you could ever have imagined. Thank you for watching today's message. If this has encouraged you, please like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. And always remember, no matter what you're waiting for, God is never late. His perfect timing will come, and your breakthrough is on the way. Stay strong, keep trusting, and we'll see you in the next video. I know it's hard. The waiting can feel like a test of both your patience and your faith. The silence can seem deafening, the waiting period overwhelming. But in this moment of uncertainty, hold on to this. God is always working in ways that are far beyond what you can even imagine. Though you might not see the immediate signs of progress, remember that God sees the bigger picture. He knows the right time to move, the right people to bring into your life, and the right circumstances that need to align in order to fulfill His perfect plan for you. So what do you do in the waiting? Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting, even when the answers don't come as quickly as you hoped. Don't let go of your faith. This is the time to grow, to strengthen your relationship with God, to learn to trust Him more deeply, and to allow Him to refine you for what's to come. Use this waiting time to get closer to God. Let Him shape your heart, guide your thoughts, and build your strength. Sometimes we focus so much on what we want to happen that we miss the beauty of the season we're in right now, the season of preparation. God is preparing you for something amazing. something far beyond what you could have planned for yourself. You might not understand all that's happening in this moment, but trust that He's working, and His plans are always better than our own. Yes, the waiting can be difficult, but it's never wasted. Every single day of waiting is a step closer to your breakthrough. God doesn't leave you in your waiting. He's using this time to shape you into the person you're becoming. Through every trial, through every moment of waiting, He is strengthening your faith and preparing your heart to fully receive the blessing He has for you. Just like the sun rises after a long night, your breakthrough is coming. The darkness will give way to the light, and when it does, you'll look back and see how every part of this journey, even the waiting, was necessary to bring you to the moment you've been praying for. So don't give up. Keep trusting, keep hoping, and keep believing, because God is working, and when His perfect timing comes, everything, every moment of waiting, every prayer, every step will come together in ways you can't yet imagine. The story He's writing for you is going to be more beautiful than you could ever dream. Thank you for watching today's video. If this message has encouraged you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, no matter where you are in your journey, God is working behind the scenes. He is faithful, He is with you, and your breakthrough is on its way. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and we'll see you in the next video. You may not see it yet, the changes, the answers, or even the signs, but rest assured, God is working behind the scenes. In ways that are beyond our understanding, He's answering your prayers, preparing your path, and opening doors that you haven't even seen yet. What you're waiting for is on its way. Every prayer you've spoken, every tear you've shed, and every moment of doubt you've experienced are not wasted. In the quiet of your waiting, God is doing a work in you, shaping your heart, building your strength, and aligning circumstances that will lead you to the breakthrough you've been longing for. So hold on, keep trusting, and don't let go of your hope. Your journey is not without purpose, and though the path may seem uncertain at times, trust that God is guiding you. He sees the bigger picture, the plan He's been crafting just for you. Remember, your waiting is never in vain. Every moment of patience is a step closer to the plan unfolding perfectly. God's timing is always perfect, and when the time is right, everything will fall into place. You won't have to force it. It will come naturally, as if by divine orchestration. Just keep walking in faith. Keep trusting that your prayers are being answered in ways that are beyond what you can imagine. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come not when we expect them, but when we're ready to receive them. Thank you so much for spending this moment with us today. If this message has touched your heart, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to receive more encouragement and hope. And always remember, no matter what you're going through, God is working behind the scenes, weaving together a story of grace and miracles for your life. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and trust in the journey. We'll see you in the next video.